Hey guys, it's Alex here, and we're on to video number 2. Alright, so just a quick recap from the last video. Kaylee and I made a really exciting challenge for ourselves that we are going to find an off-market property, and we are going to have it funded 100% with other people's money, so whether a private lender or a joint venture. Now, we also determined that when it comes to which one should we go after first, we should find the property first, okay? And for a few reasons, the biggest one is that if we have a really good deal in place, then it's going to be a lot easier for us to go to a potential lender and say, hey guys, we have something here that's really great, and it's going to be easier for them to be able to lend on that, right? Versus us going to them and just saying, hey, my name's Alex and I'm a real estate investor and can you lend me some money, right? We have actually something tangible in our hands that they can now reflect, they can review, and they can agree on, right? So first things first, let's find some properties. Okay, so where do we start finding these properties? Well, I'm just going to go on to realtor.ca and I'm going to scan around realtor.ca for hours and hours and hours and hours, and I'm going to review the same No. We want to find off-market properties, and we want to be able to engage the sellers directly. Okay, so what's one of the best ways to do that? And the easiest, and that's why we want to focus this video on for sale by owners, or otherwise known as FSBOs. Okay? Technically, any individual that's selling their own home is considered a for sale by owner. But in this context, we're referring to people who are actively marketing their own properties for sale and not using a realtor. Okay? FSBOs are people that have their hands up and they're saying, hi, I need to sell my house, or I want to sell my house, and I want you to come and buy it, right? So there's often an underlying motivation that takes place with sellers. People, more often than not, don't just put their property up on the market to try it out, because selling a home is stressful and it's inconvenient to have people coming through your house and having to always keep it top notch. So there's usually a reason why somebody needs to sell. And that's the benefit of being able to engage sellers directly, is that we want to understand the true motivation as to why they want to sell. And if we can understand true motivation, then we can see if there's room there to negotiate. And we can understand, okay, can I actually help this person achieve their goals? And at the same time, can I achieve mine, right? Because we do always want a win-win relationship, right? So let's look into how we can actually start finding some of these for sale by owners. You guys ever driven around a neighborhood and then all of a sudden on someone's front lawn, or maybe at the end of the street, you'll see an orange sign or any sort of a board that says home for sale or for sale by owner, and it's got this phone number written on it with black Sharpie? Those are people that have their hands up. So typically what I do in those situations, I pull over, I snap a picture of it, or if I've got a little bit of time, I'll actually go and knock on that door just so I can get a little bit of information. But when you're driving around town, it's one of the best ways to actually keep your eye out for these things, because people often just advertise in front of their own houses, right? And when we're working in a particular market, we want to be driving it anyway, because we want to start to understand the market, so that when we do have an opportunity, we know what prices are roughly, so that we can kind of understand, like, is this going to be a good deal, or are they kind of out to lunch, which often for sale by owners can be, unfortunately, right? Remember, we want to engage them and we want to understand true motivation to see if there is a deal to be had, okay? So that's one avenue, is just driving around and looking and collecting that information so that we can contact them and we can actually follow up with them. You know, if it's the first week that they've put the sign out and they want a certain price and they're fixed on that, you know, if you try them back in a month and they're still not for sale, there might be some negotiation. So that's one avenue. The other places that FSBOs typically go is classifieds. So for instance, your Kijiji, your Craigslist, the newspaper classified sections. These are all really great ways that we can actually scan for people that, once again, have their hand up,
right? And often on Kijiji ads and things like that, they've included pictures, they've included descriptions, and they've included their contact information as well, which saves us as the investor a lot of time, and we can have it all in one database, right? So once again, we want to take these people's information and follow up with them to see, okay, are you still thinking about selling? I have an opportunity where I can maybe help you out. So let's go actually online and check out what this might look like, and see if we can give them a call and see what happens.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of Kijiji, where you can literally buy and sell pretty much anything. So what we want to do is we want to start to look for these for sale by owners. So I've already done the liberty of selecting the area. So depending on where you live, you can just select that particular location. Okay, and in the ads portion, we want to look under real estate. Okay, so you'll notice right now that if I click on the search anything and I just push enter, it'll actually start that process of filtering out what we're looking for. And you'll see here, interestingly enough, there is a bunch of different categories that it actually filters down into. So we want to actually be a little bit more specific, because you'll see here real estate's very generic. They have houses for sale, apartments and condos for rent, room rentals, house rentals, all these things. We actually want to find houses for sale. Okay? Now, more particularly, we don't just want to find houses for sale, but if we scroll down a little bit further, we can actually find the type. But more importantly, we can find for sale by owner, right? Rather than professional. So if we click on for sale by owner, there's 305 hits. So that means that 305 people right now are actually looking to sell their places. Now, that doesn't make the work super easy just yet, because as you can see, people still post things kind of in the wrong categories. So we want to see if we can filter as best as possible. Like for instance, we want offering, not wanted. So wanted are people who want for sale by owner properties, versus we are looking for people who are offering a house. Okay, so as I've been stumbling around here on Kijiji, I found another interesting one here. House for sale. So, two-story brick home, all hardwood floors finished, basement with sump pump, large deck-off kitchen, fenced yard, newer windows, roof, AC. Call the number, presently used as income property. So it's only got one picture, which is interesting. Let's see what happens here. Let's give them a call.
Hello.
Hi, my name's Alex Powell. How are you doing today?
Oh, fine, thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing very well, thanks. I actually stumbled across your listing here for that property for sale on Kijiji.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's actually still available.
It is. It's available, yes. Thank you for asking.
Sorry?
Yes, it is available, but I haven't had a chance to take some pictures to post some pictures along with just the one that I have. So.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
I'll have to do that in the near future.
Okay. Yeah, no, it actually piqued my interest. So if you don't mind me asking, what's inspiring you to want to sell the property?
That's a very good question. I'm up and down. I'm thinking, because I bought it as an investment property, some time ago, and I'm at the time in my life that, I'm going to retire, and I don't know if I still would want to hang on to this or not, or just, sell that and buy something else. So I'm not really aggressive about getting it sold, because I'm not 100% really sure that I want to sell it. Or sometimes, depending on how I feel, I say the heck with it. I don't really need it.
Yeah.
Dealing with tenants is up and down. Like I've been doing it for such a long time, and sometimes I wonder if it's still worth, my aggravation, my time.
I can totally appreciate that.
So that's the reason. Sometimes when the tenants are late with rent and they give me a hard time, I say, heck with you, I'm going to sell it and get rid of you. And then things smooth over, and then it's back to normal again. So it's up and down. So that's where I stand.
Is the property currently rented?
It is, yeah.
Okay. And are the tenants on a month-to-month, or are they still on a lease?
A month to month.
Month to month. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And so I noticed here it's 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath. Out of curiosity, in terms of like the condition of the property, if we had to rate the condition, let's say a 10 out of 10 is like a slam dunk, it's a beautiful home, and a 1 out of 10 is like something you'd have to tear down, what would you rate it?
Well, like this, all my properties, I don't mind spending money, so that way I'm not there repairing it for the rest of my life and have phone calls and stuff. So plumbing is up to stuff, roof is new, windows are good, AC, central air is good, hardwood floor throughout. There's no mold anywhere, ceramic tiles in the bathroom. It's got a finished basement with a sump pump. It's all insulated with vapor barrier and, so to answer your question, it'd be like a 7.
Okay. Okay, very good.
You don't need to put any money in it. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha. Okay.
No capital expenditures that I could see for a while anyway.
Okay, perfect. And now timing-wise, if you had a ideal time frame and we could put together an offer for you that made sense, when would you be looking to offload?
Well, no hurry, actually.
No hurry?
It's just convenient because right now we just got out of Christmas and I had a big birthday party and I'm still trying to wind down from, company and other personal matters. So
yeah.
I'm not really focused on that project of selling, too much time because the time doesn't permit, let's put it that way.
Okay, perfect. Well, I would love an opportunity to maybe come by and see the place and see if it has some potential for what we're looking for. Would you maybe have some time this upcoming week?
Yes. Let me see. Wednesday. Well, I'm over at where my Sherway Gardens right now, so I have my work schedule at the moment because I'm part time.
Okay.
And so Wednesday I have a bank appointment and an accountant appointment. So I'm not sure about Thursday and Friday. Whereabouts are you located? I'm
actually in Hamilton, but I have an opening on Thursday from 3 till 4. Does that work for you?
Okay, I'll have to check with my schedule. Won't be tomorrow's my day off, so I'll know Tuesday. If you call me about this time on Tuesday, I'll confirm for Thursday for you.
Okay, perfect. And this is the best number to reach you at?
Yes, only number I have, yes. What's your name again?
My name's Alex. And what was your name?
Ivan.
Ivan. Perfect, Ivan. Well,
yeah.
I really look forward to meeting you. I've got you in my calendar, and I'll touch base with you before I come out to make sure we're still on. And then we'll go
call
from
me
there.
for Tuesday, then I'll know whether or not Thursday is available because I don't have my work schedule. I'm like a week to week. I don't have set hours.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right, Ivan. You have a great day.
Thanks for taking the time. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
Yeah, okay, bye-bye.
Guys, so I did shut the camera off and stop recording for a couple of other phone calls that I did, just because it would take forever, this video, if I called everyone. But I ended up setting 3 different appointments for this upcoming week with 3 different for sale by owners. Now, setting these appointments isn't that hard because realistically a for sale by owner is encouraging you to come over because they actively want to sell their house. What our job is to pre-qualify them as a seller, because realistically we could call every for sale by owner and they say, yeah, come on over and buy my house. But are we sure that they're in the right ballpark for price? Are they really serious, and do they want to sell, or do they just want you to come over and pay them $1 million for a $300,000 home? So these are the kind of questions we want to ask, and we want to really get an idea of motivation. For example, the guy that was in the recording there, I'm not 100% sure if he's truly motivated, but the price looks right. In that area, if we can work something out and obviously give him a win, we know that he doesn't want his property anymore because he doesn't want to deal with the tenants. He's obviously had some issues with them in the past, so maybe we can alleviate that problem for him, and then he's happy because he gets his money and he gets to walk away, right? So we want to create these win-wins, and we want to flush out as much information as possible so that we're not wasting our time, okay? So find out as much as you can of the property up front, and good luck. Cheers.